All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Saracki Sterlace Show
And Saracki Viola show.
from the Home of the Future.
See what I have? You have that old one. I have the good modern timer.
Since everyone's timing, I'm going to time too. It's 8:05, so this should.
So my Microcronta,
8:35. This should be over, right?
Microcronta dual timers. No,
Greg James Sterlace has a early '80s
like an early '80s Microcronta
clock of the future.
But it's a dual timer, though. Rich, is your phone a dual timer?
Yeah.
This is a dual timer. See this, Tim?
See, mine is
dual timer. Do you have one of these?
Mine is a
at home?
stopwatch. You could
no,
also
not
see the
plastic
time
like
at the
that.
top. It is right now 8:09 p.m. You currently
8:09.
have
You're a little
Wi-Fi
faster,
p.m.
son.
So you're keeping.
I
track
have
of
mine
this?
2 minutes fast, so
Yeah.
I don't miss the NAFTA bus.
NAFTA bus?
Yeah,
The NAFTA
goes to
bus.
Canada and Mexico.
Ah,
Oh, you want to ride home, right, from Paula?
Yes, you can get a ride home.
Where do you live, though? On the
See,
west side?
I got a ride from you guys last weekend.
west side?
You stole my phone.
really?
Well, you
Yeah.
got to expect some things like that to
Well,
happen,
you want a
It's
souvenir when
free
you meet a
ride.
celebrity.
What's
You
with
know,
all the
like,
1-900
if you
numbers
meet,
on
like
my
Matt
phone,
Dillon, you want a
Greg?
Jesus watch, or if you met like Frank Viola, you'd want like a
Frank Viola. That's the guy's name. I couldn't think of his name.
Met, right? If you met the guy, and
I
he
just
had a
want to
mitt.
point out to our viewers here, Paula, if I may. Yes. Our guest here's name is Viola. Not like
Right.
the famous pitcher, Frank Viola. It's Viola.
Frank Viola,
Yeah.
No, Frank Viola.
Rich Viola
the famous Frank Viola.
and Frank
No, Viola.
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 Cy Young Award winner for the New York Mets.
Yeah.
All
What
right,
year
Greg.
was that?
That was 19-something.
1987.
That was the 20th
It
century.
was the 80s or something. We
It was
played
19 something. It's so specific.
Is that
1901.
chair? Is that chair in the front one of your invisible friends?
Oh yes, this is our.
That's a friend with a back problem. Show that to the camera there, Rich.
I have the back problem. I should actually be sitting in that.
Yeah, let's move that. Let's give Tim the
No, you know what?
back
This
chair.
is quite comfortable. I got a patch on. See, Greg, I got my patch on.
That's American
Christ.
craftsmanship
See,
right
yeah.
there.
It's got a patch.
It
on. You didn't
releases
catch
drugs
that.
into my system to help my back problem.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not just a heating type thing.
No, this is prescription only,
There's drugs going into you right
for
now.
which I don't have a prescription
drugs?
for. But that's a whole other story.
Wow. Well, how do you get the prescription drugs?
You don't
going
want to
into-
know, man. Well, I went to the chiropractor and decided to charge me. Wouldn't take my health insurance.
Right. But what does that have to do with your prescription drugs going in your
Well,
back that
then
you don't have
I
a prescription
decided
for?
that I said, I needed to do something to rather than pay this guy $40 a
Do you want to
pop.
talk about this on the air?
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's boring anyway. We're going to talk about why we don't have any guests today, because I guess Louis
Right, 'cause
Aronica
you're the host.
I'm not a guest.
You're the co-host. It's called
No, well,
Viola
our
and
guest
Saracki.
cancel out.
So
So
to be a
it's-
guest.
We lost Billy Logal, who's supposed to be on, talking about here in his youth, I guess, and certain stories that he doesn't want to talk about. I don't know.
Bill Logal and Beth Lewitsky.
And Beth Lewitsky.
And Jill Shanley.
Jill
and Ken
Shanley, my
Vaughn,
sister,
Sanford
and my
Silverstein, Renee
kid,
Saracki,
and-
and Kat. And your kid who... How come you don't say her name?
The kid that will remain nameless.
You're like Charlie Chaplin. You keep saying the kid.
I just want to keep her name out of it.
Oh, okay. But
Seriously.
she's
too
been-
young. She's 16.
But she's been on the podcast here a million times.
Well, that
right?
doesn't count. They don't
Only video matters.
Hey, that just says it could be her voice. You don't know what it really is.
So when Renee does her podcast, it doesn't really count.
It
for
doesn't count
shit
'cause
then,
no one's
right? 'Cause
listening?
No,
No.
because no one's. It's not,
Except when Tim's on.
Well, no one's watching this anyway.
no,
Because
no one's watching it.
Well, it's not even on the cable anymore. Is it on the cable? Does it go
It's
to the
not
cable?
on the cable anymore.
It doesn't go to the cable.
It's
does
now
it?
on the
I don't
internet.
know. Does it matter?
I thought we were
goes
going to
on-
be on the cable, man.
it goes on
I
you-
signed up for this gig to be on Time Warner
Yeah.
and hopefully be discovered by WNY.
Aliens.
What is that? WBBZ? They're looking for one of those hosts, to do the local spot advertisements.
At
for,
Eastern Hills
You
Mall.
think you
Yeah,
have the- you think you have
I think
the,
I have what it takes.
You?
I think I have what
This
it
is-
takes.
this is our
Old
audition
voters,
tape.
Everybody,
Aren't you old and over
do
the
you
hill?
think that I have what it takes?
Cut to Tim.
Cut to Tim.
I'm trying.
All
Do
right.
you think I have what it takes?
Paul
Or
has
do you think
what
Rich
it takes.
Viola,
Cut
this
to
guy,
Rich.
cut to Rich right here. Do you think he has what it takes?
I don't think either of you have what it takes.
Or do you think Greg does?
I definitely
Greg
know
right in
what
the
it takes.
center.
Text
do
your
not have what
vote
it
now.
takes, no.
Text your vote now.
Greg, you should go down there and try it, because
I don't think any
you would.
of us have the. We're all really well. You and I are very, very old, and
You-
Rich is demented. I don't think
Yeah.
he's gonna get.
Yeah,
right.
we're-
You're demented.
We're
You're not
up
gonna
there
get
in
it.
age, man. There's a certain ageism that's going on
You're not
around
gonna get
here
it.
that I don't
Are
even.
you? I mean, who's the most insane out of the three of us? Who's the closest to complete
geez.
insanity?
I would probably say you, without a doubt. Anyone
right.
who would do PCP
You are
angel
correct.
dust is
I
crazy.
never did PCP or angel dust.
Come on.
What are you talking about? I
All
never
right.
did any drugs except alcohol, if you want to count that as a drug.
All right.
I only did that after I was 18. After I was 19. I'm
No.
sorry.
I only do MDMA angel
You
dust.
did only MDA angel dust.
MDMA angel dust.
MDAM angel dust. What is that?
It's like ecstasy and
You do
angel dust.
illicit drugs together, ecstasy and
MDA, isn't that the Muscular
No.
Dystrophy Association?
Yeah, that's why those people need ecstasy.
Those
and
drugs
MDA.
are called Jerry's Kids, aren't they?
No, this. Oh, like
They
take
turn you into Jerry's
take
Kids.
a few of these.
Popping
Yeah, and
Jerry's.
next thing you know, you're a quivering blob of jelly.
No, he
that's
just-
no offense against the Jerry Lewis kids. I
No.
love those kids. They're great kids.
Of course.
I love them. Paula, I love them. I love those kids like I love
I
you.
think you could do the
watchers.
telethon, the local telethon
ahead.
part.
Not as great
on
as
Channel
Timmy's
7.
kids.
No.
I think you could do the local telethon. You know they have the local people.
Yeah.
You could do that. You have the goods for that.
I'm better than Brian Kale.
You're better than Brian Kale.
Folks, am I better than Brian Kale? Come on, look at me.
Text your vote
got the
now.
slick
Text
back
your
hair.
vote. Right to 7 Broadcast Plaza, Saracki Sterlace Show, Buffalo, New York,
1-240-692-3.
1420 something. Yeah, we got. We always forget.
Text your vote to the number below.
Yeah, 823-1750. Or Jill
Who you
Shanley.
to vote off the island here?
Jill Shanley, our
One of the
graphics
three of
babe,
us.
is not here.
No.
So
Vote off the table.
Jill.
I don't know what she's got. Stop this
Just
belly
ballet-
dancing crap.
Just ballet on Wednesdays, and we were recording this on a Wednesday.
Canadian ballet.
Yeah, Canadian ballet she does. And
That's Jill. That's our Jill.
yeah, she does Canadian ballet in Ontario, and it's really,
I don't believe that for a second.
yeah, she does.
Sundowner or sunriser?
Peppermints.
Please, don't make jokes like that. This is
Sundowner
classical
and Sunriser.
Canadian ballet.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anything sleazy or horrible. Please, Rich, keep it clean here. This is the
Live and-
wholesome family
live and sleazy.
show. Wholesome. Did you notice when Rich? I mean, you're saying Rich now. When
Rich Saracki?
Yeah, Rich Saracki. When Rich Saracki talked about his daughter, he said, "Let's keep her out of it." It's a clean, wholesome show
She's just
here.
a kid. She's just known as
She's
the
just
kid.
a kid. The kid.
She's just the kid,
clean,
that's it.
wholesome. She's just a kid. Like Athena. She's just a kid. Just a kid.
You should be drinking milk
She's
instead of
just a
that
kid.
poison Gatorade.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
Gatorade.
Milk
He's
is
not drinking-
wholesome.
See, he's not drinking alcohol. He's drinking
No, I don't.
Gatorade.
I don't drink on the show anymore. Remember we did that all throughout the '90s.
Well, you did.
I got pretty trashed.
I
Here. So
didn't
did a
drink
lot
on
of
the
our guests, man.
Did I drink on the
A lot
show?
of our guests got trashed.
I didn't drink on the show, though.
It's time to turn the page, Greg.
But I didn't drink on the show, so I don't have to turn any page.
He didn't drink. He just funneled on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I didn't funnel either.
But you encouraged it, Greg.
Oh, yeah, I encourage
You
it
with your
now.
nutty
It would really
graphic
help
saying,
us.
"I think I'm going to have a beer."
I didn't do that.
Let's need a
Jill did it,
drink.
the ballet-
He didn't do
Need a
keg
drink.
stands. He did Greg stands.
Yeah, where's your keg?
I think that if you two guys were drunk, it would be a better show.
You know what? I'm going to start getting drunk next week, I think. Are we going to do this next week?
That's what Rick.
When's this going to air on Time Warner,
That's what
Paul?
Renee said. She said, "Is this?" Well, that's the.
I don't know. I'm not in charge of that stuff. I just
I can
push
see
the
why we're
buttons.
amateurs because can you imagine professional broadcasters doing a show where they talk about where's this going to air? Is it going to air on television? Can you imagine a professional television show saying, where's this going to air? Will it air on TV, Rich?
I can't
Channel
even.
7
I can't.
says that all
I
the
can't
time.
promote this show. I don't know what channel it's on.
It's on YouTube.
It's between the church
on
channel and
YouTube.
community billboard.
It's on
YouTube. Last time I
YouTube.
looked on the
channels.
Last time I looked on the YouTube, Greg.
Yeah.
Our show got 3 views. Our last show.
One of them was mine.
1, 2, 3.
We all watched
3
it.
views, folks.
Pretty good.
3 views. We
Better
need,
than I thought
we
we'd
need
get.
2 more, and we have 5.
Yeah.
That's almost
You know,
as many
well-
people that showed up for the Second American Revolution in D.C. yesterday. Almost
Yeah.
as many people. That's that teabagger thing. I don't know if you're.
Oh, the teabaggers
know
down
what
at the
teabaggers,
Hyatt yesterday.
There were.
Yeah.
Did you go down there?
I
I wanted to see Carl. He's a good guy.
Carl's a teabagger?
Palladino. Let me go.
He's really Carl Palladino.
Why don't we get him on the show? He'll talk.
Because you'd have
He's
to
a-
get him on the show.
He's
You
a-
can't get Dave Staub on his show, let alone Carl Palladino.
Because we can never get concrete dates going here. It always says.
I never said we can't get concrete dates going.
we're filming sometime
You
between
always said to me,
Sunday
I
and
prefer-
Saturday.
Let me know we're doing a show, Greg. I'm free anytime.
Well, now,
and I'd say, what day do you
But
want to do it? And you'd say,
it's not
let
me-
me know when we're doing a show. I'm free anytime. And I'd say, let's set a date up. Oh, let me just know. That's what you always told me. Am I wrong?
it's not that simple, Greg.
But is that what you said to me every time?
It's me. I mean, I could be available anytime, sure, but it's for our guests.
What
they
night do
need
you-
to know.
right, what
when
night
they're-
do you
they
wanna
need
do
to know
it?
when they're available. Greg.
What night would you like to do it?
Wednesday at 7.
I'm
We'll start
thinking-
doing it every week. When do you want to do it?
I'm thinking Saturday nights.
Saturday nights is fine.
The loneliest night of the week. That would be a good night
Saturday
to do
nights
it.
is fine. After it's
Okay,
over, we can
okay.
stop
Rich,
over to the
it's your
bowling
party.
alley
It's
and do a
Viola
little bowling.
Saracki. What do you think?
If you want to be
You
on
don't
the
have the 3 fingers there.
Viola
It's like
Saracki,
2.
what?
Go ahead, yeah.
All right, I'm at 3 fingers now. If you want
Yeah.
to be on the Viola and Saracki show, just call the number below.
Call the number
There is
below.
no number below.
823-1750.
716-823-1750.
716. Yeah, that's right. This is going national. So
Go to the
YouTube, yeah.
website. Listen
go to the
below.
website.
Go to the web. We don't have a website. Oh, yeah, we do. hotoftv.net. Yeah, we have a website. hotoftv.net. Yeah.
Can I put a plug in for my friend Peter J and my friend Danny Deutsch?
What happened with them?
For those 3 people that watch?
Peter J is having a showing of his film Anna Obsessed.
The porno film?
Yeah, which
I love that.
Which
You
our
should see his
host,
porno
which
film. It's
our
unbelievable.
gracious host Richard Wicca interviewed.
Richard Wicca?
Richard
We're only
Wicca
9 minutes
interviewed Peter J about
Recently?
his porn. About 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Well, it's not
1997.
recent. Not recently, then.
But now
16 years
Peter
ago.
is going to go to this bar, Abilene, that my friend Danny Deutsch joins in Rochester. It's sort of like a poor man's Nietzsche's.
Right.
Yeah. Well, sportsmen.
man's Nietzsche.
Kind of like
When's that?
sportsmen's or
When is that?
Nietzsche's. No, they said it's better. It's a lot better.
What's this guy's name?
It's a-
Donis Monday?
So it's not a
Don-
poor man's version. It's a rich man's version.
It's a rich man's version. It's in
Right.
downtown Rochester, Liberty Pole
When is
Way.
it?
Ooh, hoity-toity.
And it's December 5th. Here, can we
So
get a
we should
shot
go
of
to
this?
that.
Sure.
December 5th.
Here.
You got to put it up.
Here.
Zoom in, producer.
Here,
Yeah.
grab
Put it
it.
up there.
Zoom.
Hold on,
Are you
hold
kidding
on.
me? I know how to push the buttons. What do you think this is?
She's not a producer. She's an engineer.
See, Greg knows. Greg knows that Paula
I
knows how
don't
to
know.
push his
Try.
buttons.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah.
know which one
switch
that
the
is.
camera to
I
the
got to
phone.
switch the camera to the
So what do you think?
Hold on.
Here we go.
Oh, excellent.
There it is.
Abilene,
That's a good-
Obsessed.
Yeah.
It's X-rated, so only kids
XXX.
over 16 can come in. All
Oh,
right?
Over
what do you mean
21.
16?
I can't read any of
21.
that.
I don't know what's the age now.
21. Not, it was never 16.
The way these
Not
kids-
your lifetime.
The way these kids do it nowadays, man, they're pretty perverted. You know, they got the sexting stuff and all that crap.
You
Yeah,
have to
that's
be
true.
21
Sex
years
tape.
old to
Yeah.
smoke now in New
You
York
would have done
State.
You got to be
Sexting if you
21
were-
years old to smoke. Did you hear Viola?
Thanks,
Viola.
King Cuomo.
Viola. If you were,
Viola.
if you were a
Viola,
kid, you'd be
yeah.
sexting when you were a teenager.
So show up at Liberty Polway, Abilene.
Why is he showing-
December 5th? He's going to have a meet and greet after the show. He's going to be signing
Why is
autographs,
he showing
selling
his
copies.
20-year-old porno film
Because it's got the greats, John Leslie, Annette Haven.
Are they-
Annette Haven's doing a lot of quality work.
since then?
So in the No, this is a 70s. She's probably older than Richard now.
Right. She's really old.
Yeah.
So why is he showing a 20-year-old porno film?
Because it's a special Thursday night cinema at Abilene's.
Thursday night special.
Thursday night.
It's
They're
they're
doing
saving
different
all
movies.
saving the best for
Now
the
look at
Thursday.
This is in Rochester?
Yeah, look at these other movies they got.
I've seen the movie, Rich. It's
The following
really
week, graphic.
graphic.
There, who's that
But
knocking
it has
on my door?
It has a. Oh, they're showing movies every Thursday.
Every Thursday, and then
Well,
the Thursday.
how come he's not showing the big mess that I directed and you guys are in?
Well, you got-
Why isn't
you got-
Danny
you got
showing
talk-
that?
you got to talk
Do you know
to
what that's
Deutsch.
worth for Danny to show that?
We're going to talk to Deutsch.
So
We're
they're
gonna call
showing
Deutsch.
that
You're
porno
in it.
movie
Richard's
next
in it.
Thursday?
I'm in it. Come on.
All right.
Paula's in it.
They're
right,
showing that
Paula?
next Thursday?
Shouldn't they show
November
that
30th.
in Rochester on
Absolutely.
Thursday night? You're in it.
Yeah.
Renee's in it. She's friends with Danny, right?
I've seen Peter's movie 100 times.
I'm saying, don't you think the big mess is just worthy to be shown?
I've seen that
on-
100 times.
No, but the big mess is still worthy to
Well,
be
you
shown.
got to go there and have a meet and greet.
Why don't we
and sign autographs.
Why don't you?
Call Deutsch,
know,
man.
I'll
I
call-
can't do all this stuff by myself.
No,
Rick.
I'm
You
saying-
got to do it. You got to get your
But-
publicity agent out there.
I'm saying we're just as good as Who's Knocking at My Door by Martin Scorsese.
That movie sucked.
No, it's a good movie. I
It's
enjoyed that.
always like Harvey Keitel moaning and
good.
wailing and showing his wiener all the time. Who
not
wants to see that?
completely. There's
Who wants to
there's
see
special
that?
moments where he calls the girl he's in love with a whore and he slaps her in the face.
I want to show the big mess.
It's got that
I know.
song.
So we didn't know about this, Paul,
Who's
but
that
our friend Danny
knocking
Deutsch is showing movies every
on my
Thursday at his
door?
bar in Rochester. We got to show the big mess there.
You know
Tim
Danny
and-
Deutsch?
Yeah,
I am.
of
Yeah,
course.
all right.
And Tim and Renee are in it, and
Yeah.
Rich is in it. Don't you think we should show that in Rochester, Rich? Oh, you don't care. No, Tim doesn't care. I care. I think it's a good idea. Forget about the
But
Yeah,
no
we
one,
can't
movie.
but no
go
one's
there
getting
and
Canadian
sign-
mounted in your movie.
So there's no one. Who's Knocking on My Door? Really has that? It's all sexual movies.
Well, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. It's got Bob Dylan
That's
in it.
Bob Dylan. That's not a sexual.
He
movie.
played Silas.
Yeah, but that's not sexual.
Well, my manager at work
And Who's
got that
Knocking at My
cover
Door
with
is
the porno.
mostly is not much. There's not much sexual stuff going on there.
No,
There's
not
just that
really.
one scene.
There's that one scene where he shoots him after he comes.
So you don't have to be
You've
Canadian
got,
mounted.
you've got,
what other films
Gwen.
is he showing?
You've got Gwen with cleavage.
But she's not being mounted.
See, like
Canadian
we
mounted.
mentioned,
I know, man. Why don't you get her
Canadian mounted.
mounted?
if you just show that
Get
DVD
Gwen
cover, I'm
mounted.
pretty sure
Get
they're going to
Gwen-
think that's
Hey, keep it clean here. It's a clean, wholesome.
Glenn, I
family
love
show.
you. God bless you. Glenn, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
It's a clean
Glenn.
family
Glenn.
show.
I call her Glenn.
Glenn.
Glenn. You
Glenn, I
love her.
mean.
Glenn or Glenda.
Gwen or
Gwen or
Gwenda.
Gwen or Gwenda.
Gwen or
Yes.
Gwenda.
Nobody has any idea what we're talking about out there.
No,
but,
they do. They understand. I didn't knock that over, Richard. It was-
Yeah,
Richard
Richard
Wick,
did.
our
Richard
host
knocked
here.
it over. Blame him.
Richard,
Greg
Peter
got
J
in an
is,
angry fit and threw the chair.
No, I
Peter
didn't.
J's doing
No, he
showing his
didn't.
movie in Rochester. He's
Porno
talking about
movie.
it. You've seen it, right? Anna Obsessed.
That was a good-
Remember you did a show with Peter J
Glad we were
years
asking
ago.
someone off microphone here about stuff.
Yeah, you had parts of
Yeah.
it. Then you had parts of it on the Hot F Mystery Wheel
But not
show.
the graphic
Yeah.
stuff. Not
You
the graphic.
cut it out right in time
It's got a good story.
when they were about ready to go Greek. You just cut it out, man.
Good story in that movie, though. It's a murder mystery.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
a wheel on the show.
The wheel.
Whatever happened to the Hot F Wheel? Is that still around?
Of course,
It got
we
a
are part of
flat.
the hot F wheel. How do you think we got on? How do you think we got on cable access?
No, I mean
television?
the real actual wheel where you spin it.
We never had one of those.
Really?
No, that's one of your dreams.
I thought there was an actual wheel. Where
No, there was never an
No.
actual wheel. You.
No.
It
Oh,
was a
well. I
hallucination.
don't know. It sounded
So
good.
Tim Saracki hallucination number 24.
Yeah.
Collect them all. Trade with your friends.
Yeah, all right. That's me. All right. Now,
Viola.
Greg, you're shooting your movie. How's that going along now?
Oh, it's crawling.
All right. Now, what part does Viola have?
I thought a new idea I was going to tell you, Tim, is that I'm just going to have a stage reading of my movie.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, the theater.
Have
At
just
the
a right
New
around
Phoenix
it-
theater.
Yeah.
We're gonna have everyone just read it.
Around a
You know,
round
Rich
table.
read his part. I'll read my part, which I don't have a part.
Like Tony and Tina's wedding.
Yeah, we like Tony and Tina's, but we're going to mix with the audience. You'll be Ackley, and you'll be mixing with the audience.
So it's coming in slightly above budget, then, is what you're trying to say.
It's going in slightly below budget.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know
good.
how
As
we're
long as you can tie up all the
managing
loose
it.
ends, and
I don't think
you
we
know.
can.
Yeah.
There's hardly an end to tie.
We're thinking about calling it the Killer in the Rye now.
Killer in the Rye. That's an Adam Ant song. Uh-oh.
No, it's
Uh-oh.
not.
Killer in the Rye.
No, there isn't.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Killer in
There's
the Rye.
no Killer in the Rye Adamant.
Free the Warrior. Yeah, yeah. Remember that song, Rich?
Stand and deliver.
That's-
No,
no, it's a different one, but
What I
it's
like
okay.
is Clint
Eastwood.
East.
He did that live at Shays when I saw him in '82 with Renee.
Right, how was that?
That was a really bad show. Phil Collins was there.
He was playing.
In the audience?
No, he was just in the audience.
Really?
Yeah,
Phil
they
Collins
said-
in the audience?
Yeah, man goes, we'd like to say hello to Phil Collins. And he stood up and he started waving. And
We went to
everybody-
That was during his Abacab album.
We went to
That
a
was
show.
Abascab.
We went to a show once
Abascab.
where Muhammad Ali was in the audience.
Really? What show was that?
You too.
You too? And Muhammad Ali was there?
Muhammad Ali was there. Yeah, Bono gave him a shout out.
Where? In Toronto?
Phoenix,
In Phoenix?
Glendale, Arizona.
So he had the Parkinson's and all that, huh?
He lives in Glendale, Arizona.
You ever stop by his house?
No, we didn't stop by his house. We lived near him. No,
Glen or Glendale?
Glendale.
Glendale.
Glendale. No, we didn't stop by his house. We wanted to, but Paula said no.
We stopped by the death site.
We
of,
stopped by Bob Crane's apartment. We got a hotel room where we got
whacked.
We got whacked. That was
John
fun.
Carpenter?
He lived right near. Where he got whacked was right near where we lived. So we went over there on my birthday.
Were Bob
My
Crane the
birthday
guy from
present.
Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah, it was my birthday.
I'm sure he whacked a lot of places around there.
He was pretty perverted,
Of course.
that guy.
I mean, when he got whacked, not when he whacked.
He made a lot of that.
he
movies.
definitely-
He made a lot
whacked
of
a
those
lot.
videos too.
He made more than Peter J. did.
He made a lot more than he. They should be showing a Bob Crane
Yeah,
double
we should.
feature at
Abilene.
At Abilene.
At the
yeah.
Abilene, yeah.
With the rich man's Sportsman's Tavern. Maybe we should have our wedding, 1 year wedding anniversary party there, Paula.
Yeah, and have the porn movie playing. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
The anniversary.
Right. For all our friends. Yeah, the anniversary. Because it's on Rich Viola's birthday week. So
Greg,
maybe
I
we
was
could-
thinking we should get like Kevin Hosey back on the show. Remember when we had him?
Sure, Kevin Hosey.
He's always an interesting
Kevin J.
guy.
Hosey. What's the J stand for?
Plus, he's easy to drive nuts. You know, he starts out you ever read his Facebook posts?
No.
He always starts out with, well, this looks like it has the makings of a real crappy day.
Right.
You know, he's always so optimistic and
Well,
everything.
he's never been
Then
happy.
Those little comics, those little
I've
bit
never been
strips, you know,
happy.
those little cartoons you make on the
Neither of us have
Facebook.
been happy.
And he hates those. He can't stand them. He always like makes a point about them.
Yeah, Jim probably didn't like mine either.
Yeah, and you know.
You did a cartoon of Kevin J.
I
Hosey?
did a cartoon of me trying to club Kevin J. Hosey over the head with a rake and add him to the leaf pile.
I'm sorry I missed that.
You really did?
He wanted to.
I saw that.
I have a picture of me with a
it good?
big rake threatening Kevin J. Hosey to
Why?
rake him into the pile.
Why would you do
Because
that to
he
Kevin
wants
J.
to rain
Hosey?
on everyone's fun. He always complains about the bit strips all the time.
The what strips?
Bit strips. If I just guys see one more of these annoying bit strips, a little cartoon.
Remember the
called-
cartoon I made of
So he didn't
Wicca
like
and
any of them,
Jim?
so then
And there's one Viola
Yeah,
has
I
with him
know.
in the shower jacking to the family circus.
Keep this clean
That was pretty
here.
funny, man. He sits in the
this clean.
shower, taking a
Please
hot
keep-
shower, and he's got the newspaper, and he's jacking to the family circus. That's
Who
pretty
was?
cool. To the mom in Family Circus.
Rich
This
Viola
guy.
was.
Yeah, yeah.
The Mom from Family Circus.
Now that's a clever use. That's a clever use of
Rich.
bit strips.
Well, listen, do you need to keep this show filthy every week? Can't you just have something?
No one's
that-
swearing.
You just the stuff you just said wasn't filthy.
It's not swearing.
Jacking is a PG term.
Jacking. Come on.
It's PG. It's PG,
Yeah.
right? Jacking.
See, like Jack and FM,
Milking the bishop.
jacking what we
It's
want.
Yodeling in the
Jack
gully.
FM, right.
Come on,
Can't
Jack.
see this.
We
but-
jack what we want.
Free Jack. Free Jack. Free Jack.
I don't.
Free
so
Jack
that's
with
where you-
Emilio Estevez.
How'd you
Jack,
come up with that
free Jack.
concept, Rich?
Huh?
How'd you come up with that concept? Was that from reality or?
I take a little bit from my life.
A little bit.
It's actually more the Marmaduke mom.
Circumcision?
It's more the Marmaduke. You know who always did it for me? The Dennis the Menace mom.
Is that Marmaduke?
Yeah, the blonde. Oh, the blonde. Wow. Yeah, she was.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah,
mom
wasn't
did
she
it for
kind of
you.
hot? She had a little tight black skirt. And she was always with the white top and the blonde hairdo. Come on now. More so than the Family Circus mom.
What about
Dennis
The Family Circus mom always had that same hairdo with the little curl.
How about
What about
Betty and Wilma?
Betty and Veronica.
Betty-
Blondie.
No, Betty and Wilma from the Flintstones.
Oh,
we're talking about comic strips.
Well, what
Blondie.
their
What about
comics.
Blondie?
Blondie.
Blondie, yeah,
Blondie and her
I don't know.
daughter.
Their eyes were all weird and everything. They were like two big, ovals.
Okay.
No, that's
round
Little Orphan
circles.
Alley.
They were really dilated. Their pupils were really fixed and dilated.
What about
The mom.
What about the mother in Calvin and Hobbes? Was she?
I never seen the mother and Calvin.
the mom from For Better or Worse? She was a MILF.
Oh yeah, for better or worse. Yeah. What's MILF?
MILF? What's MILF? Malf?
What's
Elf?
MILF?
Didn't Elf have a comic strip?
It has something to do with a mother and
What
what you
about
like
in
to
the
do with
Spider-Man
her.
comic strip? And he had.
What about Funky Winkerbean?
He had that beautiful Gwen.
Cindy
he had that
Summers. She was
beautiful,
hot.
Are you talking about the
Remember
ant?
Cindy Summers and Funky Winkerbean?
Yeah.
And then there was Lisa, the one who died of the cancer. What's his name? Les's.
Les Moore.
Les Moore.
What I find disturbing about
Les
this,
Moore. That's a great name,
You
Les
mean-
Moore.
you two guys find comic strip mothers.
We were supposed to have a comic book guy on here to
Sexy.
talk this over with, and you didn't pick him up from Kenmore.
Who's the? Oh, Louis Aron. He's
Lark
busy on
Grindle.
He's busy on Wednesdays.
Too busy what?
And,
Jack into Liz and Beth?
I mean, honestly,
what?
Liz and Beth, never mind, it's this cartoon book. You never heard of it.
from
Cartoon
a
book.
from
Yeah.
a woman's point of view, I really need to know this for a fact. You guys got sexually turned on by comic book.
I didn't. Just the two
Women.
of them. I'm not.
No, it's,
strange.
anything.
You got
People get sexually turned on by a hell of a lot worse, I'll tell you, man.
like what?
But the thing is, if Louis Aronica was here, Tim, you're missing the point. Louis Aronica knows about comic books. He doesn't know about those stupid comic strips that are in the Buffalo
he
Snooze.
knows about stuff like that.
No, he has
Yes, he
Superman, Spider-Man,
Let's give him a call
Batman,
right now.
The Hulk.
Give Bill Ogle a call. What's his number?
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay.
See, we don't buy those comics. You have to buy.
No.
Find the ones that are find in the newspaper.
You know, a lot of those, like some people like, I've heard that some people like Sal Monaco, like She-Hulk, for instance. She-Hulk.
She-Hulk?
or-
Is that
She-Hulk?
Or,
Is
you
that
know,
a Cyndi Lauper song?
Mrs.
She-Hulk,
Fantastic.
She-Hulk,
It's all in her
She-Hulk.
name. Mrs. Fantastic.
No, I never
I
heard
think
of
you
that.
keep the
Mrs.
show
Fantastic.
clean for once. I mean, that would be nice.
All right, where
Would
we
it
are.
be
Well,
possible to
then we
keep
can
it
move
clean?
away. What's your next topic under discussion here, Greg?
What's my next topic under discussion?
Yeah. I just want to talk about Kevin Hosey and the bit strips. So some more people we can write down to
So
get on
he
the
didn't
show.
like the strips, so then you put him in a strip where you're raking.
Well, he had this whole long monologue about how he hated the Bit Strips comics, and I was like
And
saying
you rate
how
them.
annoying they are. And he always starts out his post with, this has the makings of a real crappy day. I mean, come on, you got to get somebody upbeat.
Well,
We got to bring them on here, get them upbeat, pump them full of PCP angel dust.
MDM Angel Dust.
NBA.
NBA
Yeah.
Angel Dust, like the kind of LeBron James uses.
And we'll have
We
a
are all
show.
witness.
We'll have a real show next time. If we could get
This
if
is
we
not
could
a
get
real show?
This is a real show, but only in
You
the
said
respect that
we'll
it's
have a
the
real show
same three
next
people
time,
that
right?
have been on for the last 3 weeks.
He wasn't here last episode.
Who was?
Viola was not here last episode.
I
Do you
can't
tape
remember,
twice a
Daryl.
week?
Who was here?
We did try. That's right, Greg. We did tape
last
twice a week.
Yeah.
Because I was
This is
here
the
like
third-
last
Which will not be
No,
airing
last
on
week we
Time
did another
Warner, I guess,
episode,
but that's
too, that you
okay.
Why didn't you invite me?
because it because I
You just wanted my phone a little bit longer?
It was Renee and San
No.
Silver and Kenny Vaughn.
because I said
Because of my
I said
restraining
the-
order
I
against
said-
Renee?
the squelch
Oh,
button
when you
here.
get
Hold
that,
on.
when you
I
get
said it's
that,
Sam.
when you get that bill that
All right.
all those
Hi-yo!
calls to Russia and stuff.
hi-oh. I said to Stan, you want to be on?
RussianGrannyWives.com. .ru.
We're doing another show this week
I have
too
nothing
without
to
you,
do with
Rich,
this.
for good reason. So we're going to do 2 shows a week, one with you and one we don't tell you about. That's our plan.
That's our plan,
master
Rich.
plan.
We're just gonna.
Will that also be the Viola Saracki show?
Well,
It will also be the Viola
Well, I
Saracki
don't know. When he's not here, I'm not really going to call it Viola.
I'm
Saracki.
always gonna be here, Greg. I'm everywhere where you are, man.
Really?
Yeah, you know it.
Since when?
Since Gwen.
Oh, since when? Yeah, that's true. But you stuck that cigar in your mouth right here.
He's the man in the
You
corner.
know, I think that's kind of
That's
funny when you
right.
think about it. She stuck that cigar in your mouth, right? Oh, I went to John Lombardo's house. Get this.
Okay, John
I go to
Lombardo.
John Lombardo's house.
It's something we can always talk about. Is John Lombardo? That's
Yeah.
something we can always talk about on the
Right.
show. Right.
Nobody likes a wanker.
You're writing a book.
Autobiography.
Nobody likes a wanker.
So I went to his house.
About his fight with Terry Sullivan,
No, it's about his whole life. You know, his whole historic life, going on tour, with
including
Michael
his fight
Stipe
with
and-
Terry Sullivan.
Yeah, including his fight with Terry Sullivan. So he has a scrapbook, right? And
Okay.
old memories. He showed me a scrapbook from the 1990s.
Right.
And Tim, you're gonna be glad to hear this. This just happened a few days ago. I haven't talked to you since then. He has a scrapbook for the 90s. He has a picture of you and me in his scrapbook from the Gusto cover.
Yeah, I have that.
No, but John has it in his scrapbook. The two of us.
I know, because he loved us.
No, but I'm saying, oh yeah, that's why I didn't. You
He loved us.
love us that much
He loved
because
our show. Because I always mention him up. I said, let's call Lombardo.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I know you have it. I know I have it because we were on a cover of Gusto together.
Right.
But the fact that he has it in his scrapbook is very nice.
There's a lot of other
Paula
people
found
that
it very
have it, too.
sweet, correct,
I
Paula?
thought it was very sweet.
Very sweet. And the thing is,
He loves
what I
saracki
realized about that was
tolerated
weird because the Buffalo Snooze was here in 1996, and they took a photo of me and Tim together, right?
That's right.
And they put it on the cover of Gusto with
No, it was July 96.
Huh?
September 96.
I said it was 1996.
September 96.
I didn't say what month. I said 96.
Fall of 96, folks.
Yes. Anyway, it was the fall of 96.
I want to
And
get these dates right.
The
for
Vietnam
I
War
always
was
said it was
raging.
96. So he took what I'm saying is the Buffalo Snooze photographer was here. He took a photo of me and Tim. He put it on the cover of Gusto. But Gwen was here. And she didn't. And he took photos of her, and she did not get on the cover of Gusto.
No,
She
she
did not-
wasn't really
she
part of the
wasn't very-
show.
Oh, she stuck a cigar in your mouth.
She was the camera girl.
Yeah.
She was like Jill, the graphics babe. Jill wasn't on the wasn't in the picture either.
No, just
Sullivan
or
wasn't in the
Richard.
picture.
Or Terry. He was here. Yeah,
Now there was this kid.
just you and me, and everyone else was here. All the stars, and just me and me.
It was just you and me,
But
buddy.
unfortunately for you, you had a blindfold on. And unfortunately for me, I said no to the blindfold, so I had no blindfold on.
Yeah, and I barely got a mention in the Gusto article written by Nicole Perodato. Let me go.
I'm sorry. Well, you didn't come to the interview, did you?
Perodato. Yeah, I did at Spot Coffee. That
Oh,
brought
that's right.
interviewed us. What's her name? Perodato.
Nicole Perodato.
Yeah, she was
Remember,
talking to you. She was
'cause I
ignoring me. She was saying,
she asked,
"Go away. Go
you
get,
were like Ed McMahon to her.
go get
and
me."
I was Johnny.
Go get me a scone.
What does that say, Paula?
It doesn't say anything. It's a little face.
Oh, a little
She
face.
said to go get me a scone.
She
and
said-
I said, you know what? Get your
she
own
wanted to interview
scone.
me, and she said, "Who's this guy? Go give me a scone."
She wanted that.
He's not Greg
scone. So I
Sterlace.
said,
Will you
"Yeah."
stop that?
Oh,
You're gonna
no.
hurt something. Don't keep doing that. You're gonna hit Paul, you idiot.
Oh my
doing
God, that's
that.
his wife.
No, it's his mother. Paula Viola. And I would like to move this thing, but I can't move it. I have to move the pen.
Viola.
I'll just take
You
this.
got to take everything and put it away.
So anyway,
guys.
the whole point is we did the interview with Nicole Perodato, and yeah, she told you to go get a scone.
She was awful.
And she said, no, she was beautiful. And she said,
No, that article was horse shit. You know it was.
what it said how good I was, though. How could it be horseshit?
It was
It said I
no.
was a genius.
It just didn't get. The,
Didn't say you were a
It
genius.
just didn't get the.
That's not OJ
It
Glove.
said you were Andy Richter, and you didn't appreciate that.
Andy
It
Summers.
said I was a star bartender.
And now you are. You work at Star Bar.
I was
you're a
working at the Star Bar.
And now it's
Star
saracki and viola. So the tables have turned.
Yeah, but there's.
So in the Gusto interviews, it'll be the saracki and viola. So
if you read Gusto,
You need to
recently,
turn the other one down.
I
more.
read Gusto last week, and it
Turn on
had
the
a
index
great
finger.
article.
Have you read the Buffalo News recently?
Yeah.
Oh God.
The recent
I'm glad somebody
last
is.
week's Gusto had Jeff Simon on the cover and Jeff Myers, the two Jeffs. And then Jeff Simon gave his favorite
Both quality people.
both quality people.
Quality
and Jeff
people,
and Jeff gave
Jeff, if you're watching this,
Jeff.
me and Greg and Viola want to be interviewed for your next cover.
But anyway, Jeff Myers gave the best 5 rock albums of all time.
Yeah, Renee told me
And
about that.
Jeff
Revolver? You got to be
Said that
jacking
Revolver's
me.
a great. You stop doing that, guys! Stop! We're not wholesome. I
Jack
just-
FM.
on.
Jack
I
and
thought
what
you were
we
gonna be
want.
wholesome, you guys.
Come on, he's
So Revolver's not the best album of all time.
I think that's what Renee told me it was.
What
I didn't read. I don't read
yeah,
that crap.
he
I don't
said
read
Revolting
articles, man.
cocks.
You don't read articles?
No.
Man? You don't read crap like articles?
No.
I'm sorry. What do you read? Books?
I only
novels?
read the Gusto.
Where was the Monkeys
Well,
album?
that was the
on there?
Gusto, Rich. That was last week's Gusto.
One with Circle Sky on it.
I don't know. I don't read
You
the
said a
Gusto.
Monkeys album was the best album of all
It was
time,
one
not
of the best. It was
Revolver?
one, yeah.
Oh, my
There's
God.
no Velvet Underground albums on there.
Headquarters?
None.
He only had 5 the list, you know. He didn't have time
Yeah,
to
like
put the
there's all
Velvet
these
Underground
classic rock.
He had Stones, Zeppelin, Kinks, Beatles, and Radiohead.
BFD.
Radiohead. What's that?
Radiohead.
What's BFD?
Big fucking deal.
Oh.
Hey. Keep that to yourself.
All
It's
right.
just a big effing deal.
Oh, now Paul's picking up the pen.
Wasn't that the band BFD is saying, taking care of business?
No, that's
That's
BTO.
TCB by BTO.
That's BTO.
Back in the 70s, we moved too
Ken
fast
Vaughn
to
has a
say anything
TCB
long, so we
range
had
this
to
big.
abbreviate everything.
Yeah, you had to.
Back in the 70s, man, everything worked just too
Emerson,
fast,
Lake,
man.
and Palmer. You're not going to
Yeah.
want to say Emerson, Lake, and Palmer.
No, you say ELP.
Emerson, Lake, and
BOC.
Palmer. Yeah.
Or
BFD,
TCB.
Buffalo
Blue
Fire
Oyster
Department.
called,
Yeah.
taking care of business.
That's the way we moved back then, Paula.
Yeah. Well, she
That's the
knows.
way
She
we
was,
moved back
that was
then,
her
baby.
era.
You know,
Yeah.
Paula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
All right.
Paula.
She's Rich's mother.
I'm
We got another
Enjoy.
minute to go on the show, so I just want to say stay tuned for our next week's program with Kevin Hosey,
I don't think we'll get him here. You just insult the hell out of
Bit
him.
Strips artist.
Why would he come on now?
followed by the producers of the Gusto, Jeff
Our next
Myers
show won't have
and
Rich here. That's the one we don't
Jeff
tell him
Simon and John Lombardo and Terry Sullivan. It'll be a good show.
How come Golly and Cream didn't call themselves 5cc?
I don't know. Why not? Good question. They could have called themselves 5cc. Were there 4 guys in 10cc? Well, maybe there's 5 guys.
I think there were
10
10 guys.
So it should have 10 guys in 10cc. So they should have been called 2cc.
All right, folks, we're out of here.
Pretty obvious. No, we're not done yet. We have 15
there's like
seconds.
15 seconds
No,
to do what?
We got 10 seconds left.
9,
We got
8,
we got 9,
7.
Tune in
Six,
next time for more of this
5,
thrilling and
4,
enlightening
From
conversation.
yesteryear.
2,
Call us.
1, bye.